Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I'm going to redo this for you and show you that it's kind of easy. I'm going to use less spacing in this one to make it look a little better. If you will get the graph paper tool, the graph paper tool is underneath your polygon flyout, and set it on an odd amount of spaces. So I'm going to go with 7 by 7. And then, well, let me just kind of do it just so you make sure. So take your graph paper tool, hold down the control button to get a perfect square. And then I hit P to put it in the center of the page. I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool, and you could use an even amount, but then you would have to think about leaving, not going all the way. Or so if we do this, you want that double spacing in there. Now, because this is a graph paper and it's grouped together, we can move it out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and left click, right click, and then weld it. But I left nodes, and I almost left them on purpose. Take a 2-point line and go from that one right there to that one right there, and then hold down your control button and get it about in the middle, and it will snap to there. Now do the same thing over here with this one. Hold down the control button, and it will snap to it. Now, you could do this again, but if we do this right here, fill this in with the Smart Fill tool. Let's nudge it out of the way. Let's just get rid of this. Nudge that back. I'm going to left click, right click, Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it both ways. That's what we want. Now we have to delete a few lines, but that's no big deal. To get this basically a perfect S shape, excuse me, then take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in. Now I'm going to grab it with the pick tool, move it out of the way, and I'm just going to delete that. I am going to go ahead and hit P, and I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to rotate this thing a negative 45 degrees. Now here's something that's really pretty cool to do, because these, you know what, let me make it smaller. Holding down the shift key. We don't need it that big. But I need this line to match up with this line. So I'm going to take an indexing line and put it right there, because there's really no way to judge where I get over here where to stop. And because I just made it not a particular size, I'm going to go parallel dimension tool from there to there. So we're at 12.2. I'm going to change my nudge factor to 12.2. I'm going to make a duplicate of that guy and hit it and move it over. Now I want another copy here for a second. So I'm going to do that and nudge it over twice. And I could weld this together now, but I don't want to move it. And I'm going to move this over and then mirror it like that, I think. I'll really have to look at it, I think so. But then set my nudge factor on 6.1 and nudge it over. Well, I nudged the wrong thing. And look at that. It put it exactly where it is. And if you didn't have an even amount of number, let's just do that, because that was just by chance that it was 6.1. And if you don't, I always erase the numbers, the number sign, and then divide it by 2 and you get 6.1. And then grab that one and nudge it over. Now, you don't really want to weld these yet, or you don't want to contour them. I'm going to contour them a lot less this time. I'm just nudging that out of the way because sometimes you're going to have a trouble contouring this. I'm going to go to effects and contour to the inside like 0.1. And that time it worked. A lot of times it might contour on both sides and then 0.1. So I'm using a lot less contour this time. All I'm going to do now is move it back up. And what I want to do, I want to take a 2-point line and I want to go right through the center of this cross. And it's got to be pretty much dead on. You saw it said intersection. And then we want to make a duplicate of this line, hit the plus key, and do the same thing. And I would zoom in because it has to be perfect. All right. Now, we're going to fill in everything in the red lines between these two lines. So I'm going to get the Smart Fill tool. I'm just going to do this. So everything between those two lines. And I think we got it. Now, I should have grouped this together, but it's pretty easy just to nudge it out of the way. We can actually delete these lines. And if you can't grab sometime, if you can't grab that line, you can grab your other item and move it out of the way and then move it back. Now I want to group this together, Control G. This is really pretty simple and pretty cool. Now we're going to make that envelope form. I'm going to get rid of my indexing line. And I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. And then I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate of that ellipse and make another circle. Then I'm going to take a 2-point line. Now I'm going to rotate this guy 10.1. And that way, when just a second, no, that's just the opposite of what I want to do. Well, we'll see. I get confused sometimes. So I Control D and made a duplicate of it. Yeah, that's going to give me a smaller space or a bigger space. No, that's right, because I'm making the envelope bigger. So now I'm going to fill in the envelope tool or envelope with the Smart Fill tool. I got a little confused there. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, but it doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to go to Effects and open up the envelope tool, place Create from Form, and then I'm going to tell it the form. And then while that is selected, I'm going to Shift select my form and then go EC. That way it put it right back in the center. Now we don't need these circles anymore, but I like to keep them. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key, slide through and Control G. And then I can move everything out of the way because we're working in the center of the page. Control D to make a duplicate, alternate C, which is my hotkey and for rotating around the center. And now I'm going to rotate it 20 degrees. And I'm just going to visually look at it to make sure that line is gone, and it is. And then Control D, alternate C, 40 degrees. Control D, all the way around, and you could use the transformation docker. But by having this envelope, it's bigger, and then when we, it's just like 20.2 degrees, so it's only like 2 degrees bigger both directions. But it'll get rid of that line. Sometimes when you're drawing something, it doesn't need it. So let's go ahead and take all this, and I would suggest welding them together or grouping them together. And then let's make them yellow. I just found that So I must not have grabbed everything when I welded it. You can see that the bounding box isn't good. So I'm going to get rid of that. You don't have to hit your calculator. Control G to group, it'll work. Turn it yellow, bring in a black box. And that's looks a lot better with a thinner. You know what? I've got a little line right there. You could almost say that's part of the ingredients, but that's where I was. So maybe it didn't work in this case to make them, because this is where our lines are overlapping. So maybe next time, let's just do it real quick. We've got everything here. Let's put this back. Let's take, well, what we're going to do is ungroup it. And let's just start over with our line. I'm going to put this to 0. And then I'm going to rotate it just 10 degrees. Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it. Get a new envelope form. So now we're going to be like more dead on the money, but we might have a line. And I've yet to have a printer tell me that the line shows up. So I'm going to shift select this box, go EC. EC is probably one of the neatest 2 key strokes there is. Now, this time I didn't group them together, but if you hold down the Alt key, it'll select both those. I'm just going to delete them. Control D to duplicate, Control alternate C to have it rotate, and this time just rotate it at 20 degrees. And we'll just see if we have a line. A lot of times that line won't show up, but it is. See, it's there. It's the way that it was done. It's if this wasn't here, then we could have done the previous one. So in this case, maybe use, if you'll bear with me, I need to back up. And that's one thing I forgot to mention. When you're doing stuff like this, make a copy of that before you do anything. Make a copy and just put it to the side. So we're going to do this one more time. Put in a line, center line, holding down the control button, hit P. This time I'm going to rotate it 10.02. That's a little bitty movement. Control D, make a duplicate, mirror it. Delete this envelope form so we won't use it. Fill in that. I'm filling in that with a smart fill tool. Now left click, right click. Then take this from envelope form, put it in the form. Hold down the shift select that, EC. Sometimes I'll go to the right to make sure I get that box out of the way. This is the last time I'm going to do it. So I'm holding down the Alt key, hitting delete. Control D, alternate C. Alternate C is one of the best macro keystrokes there is. I'm going to go ahead and finish it around because I'm not going to redo it on the video at least. And let's see how it looks. See, I've got still just a hairline. And I just, let's left click, right click. Then I'm going to try something else. I'd probably have to ungroup everything. I've never thought about this or trying this. I'm going to ungroup all. So now we have these individual pieces. But those other nodes are so close. If I select everything with the pick tool and then select everything, it's only going to do that one at a time. select it. Yeah. See, what I was going to try to do is close the nodes. I just wondered if it will. Well, you know what? Hold down the shift, hold down the shift key. No. Normally the shift, you know what? It's because it's an envelope form. Um, there is a way. Let's convert them to curves. No, look at that. So I converted them to curves. So look at all the nodes. Then select all these nodes. And that line is so minute. Docker's enjoying curves that if we just pick 0.1, I don't know, no, I want extended. No, I don't want extended. I want it fillet. I can't think about the gap tolerance. I don't care about the radius. Point 0.1 and hit apply. Did it close those lines? A lot of times it won't. You know, a lot of times it will not. I'm going to shift select the other side. No. Well, maybe it's more than, I can't imagine that being, I'm going to get the parallel dimension tool. I'm sorry about this. See, that's 0.000 almost. We can go a little further and see if it's anything. Well, it's 0.0015. So that's plenty. A lot of times it just won't close. You know, but there is a line there. Anyway, regardless, it's a cool pattern, and you could have done it like I did before, or pick a little bit bigger, um, you know, envelope form, and just have that one, like I did in the first one, have that one piece. There is a way to fix that, but I'm not going to go into it in this video. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching. Sorry it was so long.